I promised that I'd share the 3 biggest tips that helped me to start losing weight faster on Mounjaro. I started Mounjaro about 14 weeks ago, according to my notebook. And these were the tips that really started to accelerate my weight loss. If you're new here, I'm Anissa. I'm using this channel to document my journey back to health. There are 3 goals. Goal number 1 is to reverse my type 2 diabetes. Goal number 2 is to lose 50 pounds. And goal number 3 is just to regain my healthiest, happiest self through self-care. So let's get into how I use these tips. Tip number 1, simple low-carb meals. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so I have to keep my meals low carb until I get my A1C into the normal range. I've done a pretty good job. In May, it was 14.1. By August, I got it down to 6.7. But right now, my carbs are going to be green veggies. Once in a while, a handful of berries. Simple meals for me would look like this. In the morning, I have my decaffeinated coffee, and I actually make a lot at one time. 40 ounces. It's all decaf. So the cup is 40 ounces. There's not really 40 ounces of coffee in there. Decaffeinated coffee with 4 ounces of Premier Protein Shake. I have started loving the birthday cake flavor. You should try it and see if you like it too. Then a tablespoon or 2 of my heavy whipping cream. It's my go-to breakfast every day. Now, for lunch, I like to do something really simple. I'll go to Costco, I'll buy a rotisserie chicken, and don't sleep on Costco's rotisserie chickens. They're only $4.99. I take that, I get different bags of Trader Joe's salad mixes. I use Trader Joe's apple cider vinegar with the mother in it, and olive oil or avocado oil, and my favorite seasonings, some Mrs. Dash red pepper flakes. And there you have an easy salad because I just sliced the breast meat off of the rotisserie chicken, kind of shred it up, put it in its own container. I can make lunch so fast that way. And even though I love to cook, in the summer I don't really want to spend my days in the kitchen. Here's one easy recipe I love. Chicken salsa. I buy chicken breasts, put them in a crock pot. I've cleaned them, of course. I take some frozen peppers and like a tri-blend of red, yellow, orange peppers. I also take a frozen bag of my favorite stir-fried veggies. And then I put in 1 pint of Trader Joe's hot salsa. Cook that on low all day for 8 hours. And it seems to make some broth with it. That is dinner. I am able to take that and put it over a bed of cauliflower rice. And if you have a family and they're not low carb, you can just give them a bed of regular traditional rice. I can then flip-flop these meals. My dinner becomes the next day's lunch. And the previous day's lunch, the salad with a rotisserie chicken, can become the next day's dinner. That's 2 days of really easy meals where I have not spent much time in the kitchen at all. Tip number 2, hydration. I have just recently found that staying hydrated resolved 2 issues that I had. Issue number 1 was constipation, where I was taking stool softeners to relieve it when all I had to do was drink more water. It also, with a combination of electrolytes, resolved my delayed onset muscle soreness, which I get a couple of days after strength training. And now I just found a new use or a new benefit of drinking more water. I was starting to get a very low-grade headache on my 7.5 milligram Mounjaro. Not strong enough to need a pain reliever at all. I drank one of these little waters. The headache was gone within about 15 minutes. What I have found that is helpful, that makes me drink, is for me to have these little water bottles all around the house. I don't mind sipping on something small like this, and I'm more likely to drink it When I have a bigger bottle, I don't drink it. And also, because I keep my coffee in here, I don't like the taste of my water in here. I feel like it's watery coffee. I probably just need to get one that's just for my water. Tip number 3 is prioritizing my sleep. When I get good sleep, I wake up full of energy. My focus is good. I'm not walking around holding my phone, looking for my phone. I'm not walking around looking for my glasses when I have my glasses on. Has that ever happened to you? I was walking around for the longest looking for my glasses, not realizing that I could see clearly. That meant I was wearing my glasses. I need good sleep. I was falling asleep before I ever put my CPAP on. So my CPAP would say, you've gotten 5 hours of sleep. But I had gotten another 3 hours, but probably it wasn't good, sound, restful sleep. And I wasn't reaping the benefits of good, deep sleep. I've started waiting to lay down until I'm ready to fall asleep. And then I put the CPAP on and I'm getting more sleep. I'll link the data from my CPAP machine right here so that we can all see if I'm getting more than 5.5 hours of sleep right now. Let's talk about the biggest struggle and the biggest win. I had an unfamiliar struggle for week 14. It was my second dose of 7.5 milligram Mounjaro, and I have no appetite. I am really struggling to get in the correct number of calories, to get in my 15 ounces of protein, my 30 grams of carbohydrates and healthy fats. I am able to hydrate. Maybe that is taking my appetite away. I have not figured out how to get my appetite back. I'm about to take my third dose of 7.5 milligram Mounjaro, and I have a dilemma. If every time I take another dose, the medication builds up in my system, I don't see my appetite getting better. I see that the appetite suppression will get stronger and I won't be hungry. But then I'm going back to work and the students will come back and I'll be much busier, and maybe being more active will bring my appetite back. But I've really thought about dropping back down to 5 milligrams. I'm not sure what to do. I have one pen left. I'm in that Never Never Land category. Do I ask my doctor to stay at 7.5 for this refill, or do I ask my doctor to drop me down to 5? I'm not sure. I've got to make up my mind within the next few days, and I'll let you know on the week 15 update what I decided to do. My biggest win was actually staying hydrated. Finding out that the hydration would do all those things for me. Constipation. Delayed onset muscle soreness goes away. No headache. And hopefully it clears up my skin, because I'm starting to think that this Mounjaro is causing breakouts in my chin. I'm postmenopausal. Why am I getting acne on my chin again? It just doesn't make sense to me. So what's your number 1 tip? Comment below. Help out the entire GLP-1 community. Let us know your number 1 tip for weight loss and success on your GLP-1. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. It'll help the channel out immensely by letting the algorithm recommend me to people who are looking for others who are on their GLP-1 journeys. Thanks for joining me. See you next week on Wednesday at 2.